What it is, Brad Lee, back again with another edition of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, folks, I've got a life changer, Carlos Reyes, in the house.
What's up, brother?
Folks, if you guys don't know Carlos Reyes, you can find him on social media at Carlos Reyes. He's I'll let him tell you his story a little bit, but ultimately now he's a regular folk, actually below regular. You were living on dirt floors at one time.
Yeah.
And now you're driving Phantoms and shit. Well, you got rid of your Wraith, didn't you?
Yeah.
But you had the Rolls-Royces and all the nonsense. Mm-hmm. From what?
Real estate.
Real estate, folks. And that's the reason we're having a podcast today. Folks, just let me start out by saying this. All the listeners right now, if you've ever wanted to come hang out with me in Vegas, maybe grab some dinner, smoke a cigar, shoot the shit, get to know one another, and learn literally life-changing skills, October 18th and 19th is the time to do it. Carlos and I are putting together a real estate boot camp. Why? Well, because I found out and started doing some research, and old Carlos here, you're the one that's taught like all the gurus out there doing it, showing people legitimately how to do it. Like there's a lot of, they're real dudes. But when I started doing the research, like who taught, they all kind of came out of your school.
Yeah. Yeah.
You taught a lot of them. Yes. So what got you into it?
A $10 book.
Called?
Flip by Nick Reyes, Alpha Home Flipping. He's not really in the game anymore, but at the time, that's really all I could afford, a $10 book. And I was sick and tired of just, living month to month and, man, like splitting the bills with my wife. She was my girlfriend at the time. This was like back in 2012. And I always had big dreams, big aspirations. That's the first reason why my mom brought me and my brother to this country, right? We're from Mexico, was born in Mexico, was raised in Mexico. And
¿Dónde está mi gente?
Yeah, dude, we were, we had dirt floors, dirt roads, freaking plywood house, laminate roofing. We hung our clothes in the backyard on those freaking wires. My grandfather
clotheslines, my friend.
Yeah, my grandfather built a back house so we can poop in. You know what I mean? We had to. We didn't have running.
We call them outhouses.
Whatever, right?
You guys call them back houses.
We call them. We call them poop boxes. Right. Yeah. So, it's like, dude, I started in the red. Most people start with some type of opportunity. I started with less than most people start out with. And it's been a tough climb. I've been climbing this mountain since I was about 5 years old. Like I said, I started in sales right at 5 years old back in Guaymas, Sonora. And, like I said, man, I just wanted more. My mom wanted more for her kids, and I wanted more for my mom once we got here. And, in 1997, entering the 7th grade, my mom started, she brought me and my brother over through a hole in the fence in Nogales, Sonora, right? This was the second time that we attempted our shot at the American dream. And she brought us to Phoenix, Arizona. She paid a human smuggler, $25 to get us through a hole in the fence in Nogales, Sonora. We jumped in a little shuttle at the McDonald's in Nogales, Arizona, that side of the border, came up to Phoenix, and the rest is history, man. And my
stayed hidden ever since.
No. I became a citizen, eventually, like 15 years later.
But how do you do that?
Stay hidden, stay in the shadows.
Like nowadays, you realize that you're like some of the immigrants that are coming over illegally are getting like $50,000 home loans, interest-free loans, driver's licenses.
Yeah.
Like it's better. Like if you denounce your citizenship, go to Mexico and then sneak back in as an immigrant, you're going to get handled better.
It's a little unfair. When I came here dirt poor with my mother, it's like, dude, the first apartment that we stayed at was with a bunch of her friends, like truly like immigrants. There was like 10, 12 people in that apartment,
Well, that's what you got to do, man.
Well, my mom and I, we actually slept in the hallway on the floor, for like the first year until she raised enough to go get ourselves a 1-bedroom for our family.
Yeah. So you started out from the mud, let's just say.
Mm-hmm.
And then you found real estate.
Yeah. So, just quick story, 30-foot overview of the story, or the elevator pitch version of it. Right. Like I said, I was already already living with my girlfriend, which is my wife now. Right. And, we were splitting the bills, man. We were splitting the bills.
How'd that make you feel?
Helpless. And
because there's a lot of dudes out there busting their ass and they just can't fucking make ends meet, and they want to be the guy. They want to come home and pay the bills and buy the cars and go on the trips, and they want to provide, but they can't. And I bet you, dude, that must feel like ass.
Bro, it was, like sometimes you're just so poor that it hurts, to the point where, sometimes, people don't know this, but I think that some poor people cry by themselves where nobody sees them because it's so tough. And that was my case. I'm like, dude, I don't want to be splitting the mortgage. This was a $1,200 mortgage that my girlfriend or my wife and I were splitting. And then, hey babe, you get the groceries.
At least it was mortgage. I had rent.
Well,
it's even worse.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, and I was like, dude, we're having to drop off my daughter at that time, 1-year-old daughter at the time, with grandma while my wife went to work for 8-9 hours. That sucked, dude. I go to work, and then my wife drops the baby off and she goes to work. Well, I wanted something else. I wanted something better. I wanted something that wasn't going to require me to have a license. I didn't have a real estate license. Wasn't going to require me to have credit. My debt to income ratio at that time was not good. So I couldn't have got credit or some type of loan. And it wasn't going to require me to have, cash, a whole bunch of money under the mattress somewhere. So I was like, man, how can I become a real estate investor, a real estate entrepreneur, without the license, without the cash, and without the credit? That's when I found that $10 book called Flip by Nick Reyes. And then I was just so sick and tired of being sick and tired that whatever that book told me to go do, I did. I didn't even finish chapter 1 before I was already putting out bandit signs, 100 to 150 bandit signs every single weekend, for 6 straight months.
What would they say?
We buy houses cash, and then the phone number underneath it, and 2,400 bandit signs. I landed my first deal. I never looked back. I've done over 1,000 transactions ever since. And here, this is how real.
Yeah, but not only have you done that, but you've also taught a lot of other people how to do it.
And I'm going to get there.
That went on to make millions of dollars, not only in real estate, but showing other people how to do the 100%. Same shit. And you develop software and systems that are still used to this day by
vertically integrated. A lot of my businesses now are vertically integrated, but none of that was possible without these real estate strategies that are very proprietary, in my opinion. A lot of the hedge funds don't know this because the hedge funds were buying from us. Zillow Offer, we were their premier beta tester for a year before they came out with Zillow Offers, right? Who else? I mean, here, let me just fast forward. I started in 2013. I retired my wife by October of 2016. That's how quickly you can start making cash with the strategies that I know. Because what I target deeply discounted properties direct from the homeowner across the entire country. So no matter what market or what city or what state you're in, I can teach you how to find deeply discounted properties. And here, it gets even better. After I retired my wife in October 2016, I retired my mother in March. It was March or April of 2017. So I supplemented her income that following year. You know what I mean? So this thing is so real. It's so real that in 2018, I actually once I had so many transactions under my belt and spent millions of dollars executing on these strategies across the country, a lot of people came to my training, right? Pace Morby, quick story about Pace Morby. Right. And by the way, I take no credit for his success as far as the way he built communities and his creative financing side of things. But he came to our boot camp, the boot camp that you and I are doing together, back in 2018 when he was having a child that same weekend, and he happened to own a Homevestors franchise at that moment. Once once he saw what we were doing, he's like, dude, I'm going to go do this. Like, he got rid of his franchise and started doing this. And now obviously he's one of the biggest educators and investors out there, right? Ryan Pineda, he got tired of buying deals from me and other people, other wholesalers. He's like, dude, I just want to know how to get these deals direct from the homeowner, deeply discounted. So he came to our boot camp, the same boot camp that you and I are throwing, and then he learned the game. He learned the strategies.
It's not the same one. It's the better one. It's the best.
It's a much better one because we have evolved and real estate has changed over the years, right? But let me just keep going down the list. You know, Tiffany High, she was with Fortune Builders. See, we're the guys that people come to, and they never have to go to someone else. Like I said, Tiffany was with Tiffany High and Josh. They were with Fortune Builders for a while, and they were just fix and flippers in Ohio, right? Columbus, Ohio. They came to our boot camp. Boom! They started crushing the game. Austin Rutherford, same thing. He was out of Columbus, and he was an ex-Fortune Builder. I call them ex-Fortune Builders because once they got to us, that was it. That was the last training they really ever had to receive in the game of real estate, in my opinion, from what I know, right? There's so many. Eric Klein. When Eric Klein came to us, he was negative $48,000 because what he was learning from other people and the strategies that were being taught to him or given to him, they just weren't working. They were kind of on their way out. Him and his wife, Shyla, and his business partner, Tony, they were negative 48K, and they came and learned our strategies. I mean, from what I saw, our first 12 months together, they did millions of dollars, man. So this really works.
Babe. Oh, that's pretty. Babe, emergencies only. Love you. See, people always say, Brad, why do you do that? Hey, that's my wife. If she calls, it's supposed to be an emergency, but she just keeps forgetting. Anyway, I didn't want to interrupt that. That was a powerful story. But at the end of the day, dude, you had shit that worked because you had to eat. This is the shit you were doing.
Yeah.
You knew what worked and what didn't work, and you've tried it all, and you've done it all.
Spent millions of dollars figuring this out. So I did something that most of those people that I mentioned didn't do. I spent millions of dollars because, my tolerance for risk as an immigrant, it's pretty, it has a big capacity, right? So I was throwing, $250,000 at Google AdWords campaigns. I was throwing, hundreds of thousands of dollars at other marketing strategies that just started to pay out, 4 times the return, or 6 times, 8 times, 10 times, 12 times, 18 times, direct mail. I started to do all kinds of, different marketing strategies and refine to the point where we were able to actually help a lot of the guys out there teaching the game now. That's why my business partner Sal and I were considered pioneers in the real estate space, because of the systems and processes and the strategies that we taught across the country. Nick Perry, same thing. 2019 came to, our boot camp called Momentum, and he's doing fairly well, multiple 7 figures. A lot of the people that have attended our boot camps, events, and have became part of our mentorship program, brother, they started running up multiple 7 figures annually on these strategies that we're going to teach at our boot camp.
So folks, October 18th and 19th, you want to go to joinrealbusiness.com or DM either one of us the word boot camp and get your tickets. There's only 60 seats, 10 VIPs, and that's it.
And let me just say this, right? This isn't limited to, everybody's always under the impression that, I don't want to learn how to wholesale. Wholesaling is just an exit strategy. Do you want to learn how to buy deeply discounted rentals? Come to the boot camp. Do you want to learn how to buy deeply discounted potential rehab, fix and flip properties? Come to the boot camp. Do you want to learn how to source
commercial,
your
triple net?
Do you want to learn how to source your own deals? Come to the boot camp.
Underwrite deals, find deals, fund deals.
That's right.
Sell deals, or as you call them, disposition.
That's right.
Which is literally
You've seen my entire operation.
Yeah, dude, the operation that you put together is what drove me to say, dude, how come more people don't know this? Because I know a lot of people always ask, how come you're not into real estate? And I'm like, I'm in it. I'm just not in it because I don't know enough about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that I've learned about it, it's almost like, dude, if there's anyone, especially like the guy he's doing pretty decent, but he's not doing really good. And he's been doing that for a while, you know, he's got a little money. His credit's not bad. They're living an okay life, but he's just not where he wants to be. Dude, if you can do it with zero money, you can do even more with money.
Absolutely.
And you can even do more with money and credit. So like, again, if someone's listening, this isn't necessarily as easy if you have no money, no credit, but it's possible. And we will show you exactly what to do to where, dude, that will only be a temporary issue. So the only problem you're going to have is not coming to learn the shit and then not implementing it. So if you plan on coming to hang out, smoke cigars, cool, come. We're going to have fun doing that. But if I were you, I would be planning on saying, okay, I've been thinking about it. I've been procrastinating. I've been watching all these people get rich in real estate. I've heard about it. I've read books about it. Now I'm going to do it.
This is the real deal.
Because if you don't think you can do it, see, I want to get to people's psyche, dude, because there's people out there, and I was one of them for the longest time. Yeah, but I don't have money right now. I'm going to wait till I get some money. I'm going to wait till I have a down payment. Yeah, that nothing money down shit doesn't work. Like, you know, these guys just want my money. They don't really, like, it's not really going to work. So again, for those people, here's what I say. Come and listen for 2 days. Matter of fact, well, you know what we should do? Anyone that buys a ticket, you buy a ticket. If after the first part of the first day, let's say lunch, right before lunch, you ain't happy, you think you got screwed, you're not completely pumped that you decided to come, walk up, full refund.
Boom.
Would you do that?
Absolutely. I've done that. I actually offered it. I've offered that.
Okay, but I'll do it, but only before lunch, because dude, lunch, now you're starting to cost me money. Okay. Like if the first half of the day, you're not going, holy shit, dude, this is unbelievable. Well, then just come up right before lunch and say, hey, it was awesome, but I got to go. And bang, full refund. No questions asked. That's a no-brainer, guys. And I just made that up out of my butt for one reason, because I'm thinking like buyers and I'm thinking like listeners and I'm thinking, yeah, but you know, what if it's like, dude, I'm going to try to remove every obstacle there is. If you can't afford it, I would say hit boot camp anyway. Cause dude, I got ways to qualify you for loans and they're not even, I mean, it's what are the tickets? $2,000 and $5,000?
2 to 5, but
the bottom line is if you can't afford, it doesn't matter about that. If you can't afford a ticket, cause dude, some people, they can't afford it. They ain't got it, but man, they would love to do this. Dude, if you got the means, fill out the app, try to get a ticket. And then if you can't, dude, I'll send out a link that shows people how to basically get an interest-free credit card for 15 months and literally put the $2,000 on the card. And then you got what, $20 payments for 2 months. So, I mean, like at the end of the day, there's going to be no financial reason you can't come. The only other reason you wouldn't be able to come is something else is more important that's come up or that you can't get here. And here's what I would say to that. Guys, make sure that is like seriously more important because dude, there's 60 seats. They're leather recliners. All of them are VIP, even though the VIP are in the front row, going to dinner, having cigars, building relationships, etc. Everybody else will hear the same thing, see the same thing, sit in pretty much the same high-end conditions. This is my own personal training center. But the curriculum is what I'm most excited about because, dude, 60 people are going to get the information to freaking go out there and crush it. And then that's just the beginning because like I said, dude, I've been wanting to get in the real estate game and this is it. I'm going to be getting in. I'm going to be funding deals. If you guys don't have money, I got money. You got money? We got money. We could fund deals. We could freaking partner on deals. We could pay you just to go find us deals. I mean, there are so many ways to make money. People say, what about the real estate market? It's crashing. It's going to crash. It's going to go down. Guys, people have been saying that for years and years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
Dude, right now, real estate, if you understand how to do it, you can literally get up off your ass with a little bit of gas money for your vehicle, drive around neighborhoods and come home with 10, 20, 30,000 bucks.
And let me just say this, think of the construction worker out there that's tired of working for someone else, working for an investor, right? It's like investor calls up the construction guy, hey, or the contractor, hey, I just bought a new property. Can you come and work on it? Right?
Go fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
What if you could buy it and fix it yourself?
Exactly.
Now how much are you making?
Exactly. So for every contractor out there that's listening and is continuing to work for someone else, an investor in the country somewhere, right? Come learn how to get your own deals so that you can work on your own deals. For every real estate agent out there that's listening that wants to learn how to actually have access to off-market discounted properties that have nothing to do with the multiple listing service or an auction, come learn our strategies.
Not only that, dude, but like if I'm a realtor, most of them aren't making much money, especially right now.
Absolutely.
And even if you were, like, dude, the money is not in selling the real estate. It's in buying it. It's in owning it. Now, again, people say, well, how do you flip it if you don't sell it? Oh, dude, you can sell properties, but the richest people I know, and they're billionaires, they say the trick is to never sell. So we're going to go over the strategies to where you can own them, keep them, but also get the money out of them, which is tax-free. You're going to be learning about all the tax advantages to where maybe you have another stream of income and you go buy a piece of property for basically peanuts. And now you just basically wrote off all of your tax liability for the previous year on your other income. What? Yeah. Dude, the tax laws, the loopholes, the reason Donald Trump doesn't pay taxes, the reason all these rich people get richer is because they're not paying taxes, and mainly because they have these real estate loopholes where it's like, what? This doesn't make sense. This isn't real. Yes, it is real, and it's legal and it's fair, and everybody's doing it that knows. And if you don't know, and you're paying regular ass taxes, if you're in a high tax bracket right now, it's because you don't understand real estate, period. Because if you're in a high tax bracket, it means you're making money. And if you're making money, unless you're blowing it like an idiot, then it's just you're probably paying too much in taxes. If you could just basically remove and mitigate the tax liability, dude, that's almost like a freaking, double in income. Almost.
We're going to show you how to make active income and passive income.
And by the way, I want to make sure anybody construing this as claims, just for disclaimer reasons, guys, all we can do is give you the information. You got to do something with it. So you might come out here and go do nothing and make nothing and get nothing. So don't come out here thinking, oh, Brad promised we were going to be billionaires. No, I'm saying I'm going to show you foolproof, guaranteed, proven strategies and steps to go take immediately, tactically. And now you are in the real estate game. And once you get in the real estate game, you start learning, you start experiencing, you start hanging out with other investors. Next thing you know, bro, you're a freaking badass and you're out there rocking the world. And I hope, it's my hope, that the people we teach start teaching others. That's why I'm glad to hear, Pace went out and shared the wealth, Pineda shared the wealth, all these wholesalers and flippers and real estate investors and people, well, they're putting on courses. Dude, they're putting on courses because they realize that, dude, regular Joes, you're working at a gym right now. You're a waitress. I mean, I go places, dude, I get waitresses, waiters, baggage handlers, airline captains, like police officers, lawyers, doctors, dentists, chiropractors, housewives. And that's another thing, housewives. Like girls, if you're, or house guys, I mean, if you're sitting at home while your spouse is out busting their ass trying to support the family and you want to freak them out, okay, come to this event, learn what you're doing, go start executing, and I'll bet you within 6 months, dude, you're 6 months or a year, you're probably both full-time investors doing this full-time. Because, dude, like, I got multiple businesses, and I almost want to do it full-time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm starting to get so excited about real estate, it's unbelievable. Like, dude, this is what Grant Cardone's been talking about all these years, and I ain't even been listening.
That's right.
But he's playing big ball. He's playing like, $100 million properties. Guys, you ain't going to go out and start getting in $100 million properties. And by the way, if you're already buying $100 million properties, this probably isn't for you. Even though, hey, it's a networking event. You'll meet people and probably swing some deals that way. But this is for people like me that said, man, I want to, I keep hearing about it, but I'm not quite sure. So that's the call, folks. October 18th and 19th. Join realbusiness.com. Get your tickets. Now, back to your story real quick, dude. Mm-hmm. And by the way, you can DM the word boot camp to me on Instagram and or Carlos. Just hit us up if you're on Instagram and DM us the word boot camp. We'll send you the information. Hopefully see you out here. But I highly suggest that everybody come. And there's only 60 seats. I just want to see them sell out quick because, dude, I lose faith in humanity sometimes when it's like you can show someone exactly how to fucking win and exactly how to stop, living this rat race life, and they don't do anything. It's like, it's unbelievable. Like, dude, it's unbelievable. Like, dude, put a couple of G's on your credit card. Get yourself a nice weekend in Vegas, come out and have fun and meet people and just enjoy life, meet some good people, and pick up a skill set that can freaking literally create legacy wealth for you and your family. You can finally get to the next level. It makes no sense. So again, I would expect when this episode drops that our website goes crazy and we're sold out in seconds.
That's
and
right.
If we're not, again, I don't know what else.
I'm praying for you.
Well, I just don't know what else to do. I mean, I see it all the time where it's like, hey, I can show you exactly what to do. And they're like, yeah, but. And it's always these reasons they can't fucking do something, which is literally all it takes. Just execute, implement, learn, execute, implement, and prove us wrong. And what'll happen is you'll prove us right. And then you'll be in the real estate game, finally. And by the way, most millionaires are in real estate.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, guys, not all of them, because until recently, I wasn't really in it, but I'm in it now. And now I'm saying, listen, the real estate game just got real.
That's right.
Because, dude, I'm going to blow it up. I'm going to scale it like a son of a bitch. I'm going to get everybody that comes to this event and everybody that comes to any event after that to network up. Mm-hmm. And freaking create a powerful force of not only people bringing people in to learn this freaking, it's almost a freaking,
the cheat code.
It's almost like a too good to be true thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, it's really that simple. And yes, it does take work. You don't come in here and learn how you can, send out 10 mailers and get rich.
No.
Okay. It takes work, dude. It takes work. And dude, I know people willing to work. They just don't know what to do.
That's right.
So this is it. Anyway.
It works if you work, right?
Okay.
It works if you work.
Well, again, I don't want to make it sound too commercially, but dude, this is how excited I am about people getting in, only because maybe I'm excited about getting in. Mm-hmm. And I just know what's going to happen because I got money and credit.
Oh, yeah.
I can do it with no money and no credit, but dude, with money and with credit, dude. Now it's a freaking, it's a, what do you call it? Shooting fish in a barrel.
It's 10 times faster.
It's 10 times faster. You can hire resources. You're not desperate. You don't need to close a deal or your life's dead. You know, you can freaking get in and build legacy wealth. Get some assets underneath you. Get some cash flow going. Get some tax shelters going. Understand the game. Within a year or two, dude, you've done a couple hundred deals and man, it's like a freaking college education for a couple of G's and a weekend in Vegas with Brad Lee.
Well, let me just say this.
That alone should be worth it. I should just say, hey, it's $2,000 to come hang out, smoke cigars. Boom, tickets sell out. Mm-hmm. I'm not just leaving it at that, even though that's even worth it.
Let me just say this. No matter what career you're in, right? Whether you're a doctor, a dentist, a lawyer, right? A school bus driver, a police officer, all paths lead to real estate at some point. It's the only, I don't care if you have a 401k, an IRA, nothing pays better year over year. Real estate. So why not come learn how to invest like the pros? Why not come learn how to do this right so that you can actually start by, putting your best foot forward. That's what this is about.
And you're walking out with systems.
That's right.
Documents, checklists.
Yep. Strategies.
Blueprints.
Strategies that work. And here's the more important thing is these aren't strategies from 10 years ago when I started. These are strategies that are working right now.
in your office.
You've seen it.
Dude, not only that, there's opportunities where, like, dude, you could bring people into property from there. You could bring people into your office and let them work right out of your office, right next to the crew doing it.
Hands-on training. Come shadow some of my people.
Guys, if this don't sell you, I don't know what does. Now, I'm going to have Carlos back again. But, dude, I'm going to use this as a freaking an advertisement.
Let's do it.
I'm going to use it as an announcement that Brad Lee is in the game of real estate. Tag your favorite realtor. Tag your favorite freaking real estate guru and let them know.
There's a new guru in town?
The game just got real. Folks, if I see you there, I know you're a badass. If I don't see you there, I apologize, and I'm rooting for you, and I hope to see you at the next one. Till next time, keep it real.